Three Beers and a Whiskey, episode 1.
All right. Thank y'all very much for joining us tonight. First episode of 3 Beers and a Whiskey. I have tonight with us the Cody Bryan Band. So we're going to sit around, have some beers, and see what comes up in conversation. So y'all sit tight, have some beers, and enjoy the conversation.
Cool.
All right. So guys, thank y'all very much for coming over and joining us.
Dude.
Thanks for having us. Hey, I got a question for you to start the 3 Beers and a Whiskey. Is so out on the road or at home, do y'all have a preference? Is it beer or is it whiskey?
I don't know. Who wants to go first?
Home or on the road?
Do you have a difference on the road?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
Well, you know.
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
Hold on, I'm getting there. No, so on the road, I mean, here's the thing. You get what you get on the road. You know, sometimes someone offers you something, and what are you going to give them the bird?
Right, okay.
And you say thank you
And drink whatever it is,
like
okay.
a real man.
But what's your preference?
Like, are we going brands?
If you're on the no brands. Is it beer or whiskey when you're on the road?
On the road, definitely whiskey.
And when you're at home?
Oh shit.
Beer.
It's both. Both.
Okay.
If I'm feeling a good beer, I'll go to a nice brewery around town or something.
And plenty of those here in Austin, right? Dude.
Check them out.
Plenty of them.
And then you have great liquors. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a lot of whiskey. We just got a nice bottle of XYZ.
Oh yeah, we'll actually do that.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Cody, do you have
I think it depends on, first of all, the weather. Like, so a couple weekends ago, we were in Port Aransas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spent all day at the pool hanging out. I mean, that's beer time for me. Before a show, we like to all have, it's kind of like a ritual now. We take a shot of whiskey,
Okay.
usually, and just, it helps sing and just loosen up, and it's our ritual thing.
Warm up
and
the pipes.
It's good. It's always good to have a beer for the stage, just sip on. So,
Yeah.
but definitely, if it's a really hot day, I'd prefer beer.
Ice cold beer.
Yeah.
Zach, I've seen you on the stage plenty of times, and
sure.
you've got that mic stand that has a little right there to set the beer right there for you.
And it's made out of like a spring.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you put the beer down, the beer springs up and down. I don't know who designed that. Silly.
Yeah,
Terrible.
we need to work on that.
Yeah, no, that's why I've gotten rid of that because I've spilled so many beers and it went on my pedals. So you know, beer and pedals do not go together.
Beer.
So that's
Oh yeah, electricity is not good.
yeah, it's it's not cool at all.
And
You're
Miles,
scrambling, like a wind.
what you got? Home or on?
The show? I mean, for the show, it's whiskey before the show, beer during.
Yeah.
You don't want to drink beer before the show, and nothing's worse than having to pee your pants on stage.
And what?
Whiskey.
And then when you're at home.
I usually cuddle up with a 6-pack.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm a beer guy myself, so and I like what Pedro said is, man, on any given night or any given weekend, go around town, you can find some nice local brewery that just got something. So, and then I guess anybody that's tuning in and watching, obviously we're here with the Cody Bryan Band again, but we've got from right to left, left to right, you figure it out on your own phone or devices. We've got Pedro, we've got Cody, Zach, and Miles. Miles is the bass player. Zach is our rock star guitar player. Cody does guitar, does the vocals, and Pedro pounds the hell out of the skins. So I've known you guys for, well, actually, right up there, Miles saw a little while ago on the back wall on top of that, there's this cool little CD that's...
that we made when we were children.
That one right there.
This one right here.
So I think that was the first EP,
If it's
wasn't
HD,
it?
they might be able to zoom in on that.
Yeah. So that's how long I've known you guys, and I mean, do you even remember what's the date on it?
Dude, it's so professional. There's not even a date.
I'm gonna guess
It's so professional, it's not even date.
That came out yesterday.
Oh, Miles, you're right. There's no date on here.
And there's not even a barcode.
It's tiny.
Oh, it is got a
still remember
barcode.
Who did this? Kelly Yarbrough did
Yeah.
this. She
Oh,
drew
really?
this up
Yeah.
by hand.
You know what? I remember.
This is all
yeah.
by hand.
Yeah.
And that's
Super
the one
awesome.
copy there ever was. Handmade,
You
though, so-
don't know how much I paid to get that from Japan.
This is legit. Okay, it's got a barcode on it.
Right.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, but boy, if you scan it, you don't want to know what pops up nowadays.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever find your way?
No, we saved ourselves.
Saved yourselves. And y'all were seeing a lot of colors the whole time, right? You know, and I'm like, there's a whole lot of Cody Bryan fans right now. They're like, what the hell are they talking about? So, yeah. So,
we had a few albums before our first album.
Yep, there you
That's
go.
it.
That's it,
Find your
man.
way. I still remember the CD release party at 1-to-1.
At 1-to-1 off of 5th Street, right?
Off of 5th Street.
Yeah.
It's now called Handlebar. It's a completely different
But
bar.
thank you to Greg and Destiny for 1-to-1. You know?
Beautiful
And speaking of cheers and props, give a little cheers up to Donnell Robinson.
Cheers.
Recovering out there. Happy birthday, Big Don. We love you, miss you, and hope you get well soon, brother.
Yes. Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a couple up there also on the wall.
There,
I got Big Don up there, and then I got some Overlord over on the other wall.
Yeah. I like the collection.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, y'all have got, I mean, behind you, I kind of rearranged it purposely, so there's a little bit of Cody Bryan back there on the wall.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Blast from the past.
Back when it was
The Salt Lick.
Yeah, with the airbrushed chest.
Yeah. Well, he's bare. He's so bare. It's just a white T-shirt.
That's right. It is completely airbrushed.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
That's
So
one of my favorite
now-
pictures ever. But now that you mentioned that,
I'm still waiting for a good Cody Bryan poster with Pedro. I mean, y'all got plenty of promo shots.
you don't have that one.
Which one?
It's a new tour poster that's just you write in the date of where.
Oh, hey, you know, there's
there's
plenty of those written in dates on that wall. Yeah. So there's one that has Pedro on it. That's a write-in date.
Yeah, we didn't put.
You know, the Cody looks all upset.
Oh, grumpy Cody.
That was the blue steel.
No, yeah.
The blue steel look. No. So what's new now for Cody Bryan as far as you know, you've got
Like what's next?
yeah. I mean,
stuff?
here is that's still brand new. I mean, how long's here been?
So
out?
here's from April. I think it was April 6th. I think is when we released it. So it's been a few months now.
4 months. Of course, y'all have been playing the hell out of the songs on that for a while now.
We have. And we've only released one song on radio from that album.
Which was
Texas Highway.
Yep.
And it's still on the Texas music charts right now. So I think we've got at least another 2 or 3 singles off this record. So
I think
you know, we're already writing. In fact, we rehearsed today and
really
we rehearsed a couple of new songs.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see how these beers and whiskey go. See what happens.
Talk about
And then, you know, for everybody watching right now on YouTube or on Facebook, we do actually have, believe it or not, a live studio audience that's being very well behaved back in the background. So,
that is a very
so we'll see what happens with the rest of the evening. Now, of course, the length of 3 beers and a whiskey, as far as the interview, chatting with you guys and having a good time, is, you know, how long it takes to have 3 beers and a whiskey.
Cool.
But you got a
I
question?
do have a question about that.
Okay.
Do I have to wait for them to finish drinking 3 beers?
I like this
You
question.
know, I'm
That's
like,
true.
I don't know if there's a slow drinker in the group of us, because, you know, I mean, that's part of the joke was like, well, how long would the interview last? I'm like, 3 beers and whiskey. Well, some people would drink really slow. And I was like, yeah, most of the guys I know don't.
Yeah. And it's hot. It's hot outside.
But now, as far as whiskey, because that is the basis of the show, is do you prefer it as shots or do you prefer it on the rocks?
But you're right. Like we've been playing together for like a decade, give or take.
It really has been actually a little bit over a decade
Yeah.
for the 3 of you guys.
Yeah.
Pedro, how long you been with the guys now?
About going on 4 years.
You're starting to lose track now. Too.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
So 4 years?
It'll be 4 years in September-ish.
Okay, and that actually sounds about right because the Rusty Mule, that was one of Pedro's first live shows.
That's right.
Over there. Rusty Mule.
Small Town Noise CD release party.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. And that was the first time I met Pedro.
Yeah.
So,
That's
and
right.
he hadn't been with you guys for, I don't know, that wasn't one of your first live
That
shows,
wasn't the
was it?
first one.
That was
but it
close to it though.
That was close to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember it was an evening time, so
Yeah.
yeah.
The
That was,
second, I'll tell you something. The second
and
performance I had with these guys. Thank
there's
you so
your
much.
there's your whiskey.
I forgot what the first one was, but I remember specifically the second one because here I am. We're playing a festival. We open up for Whiskey Myers.
That was your second
That was
show.
my second show.
Oh, I'm
dude.
sorry.
Wow.
That was a great
Set the
show.
bar high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a great show, dude. Like, as far as like how we performed for,
Yeah.
and then also
That was fun.
Whiskey Mart killed it. Like, that was
Yeah.
there was a great crowd. That's when I met Tom and Tammy. If you're listening, that's when I met them.
Shout out.
And but anyways, the reason why that show is interesting is because, like, obviously second song, I hear it like I'm just God, boom.
Oh, that's
I'm like, what is happening?
I remember
The
this
bottom
show.
half of my snare completely blew out, and yeah.
And we-
the rest is
Of your
history.
snare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, though that's killing it to a whole different level.
I
So
don't think we noticed.
That outdoor show?
Uh-huh.
Too much fun.
It was an outdoor show.
Up in Burn It.
Burn
Or it was Burn It.
It wasn't far.
It was
from
an
me.
outdoor show. That was fun. That was great.
That was
Yeah.
great.
so now we do have
All
some
right,
people.
yeah, I was gonna ask, do we have any?
Oh yeah, we got some people
phoning or
phoning
in
phoning
some
in
questions?
topics. Yeah, there you
Phoning
go.
in.
No.
Yeah.
On Facebook Live we've got
3 beers and a whiskey.
.com.
Is that
Oh,
work?
1-800 3 beers and a whiskey.
That's too many.
Yeah, no, that would be really tough. So as far as y'all's performances or your shows, do you guys ever have any backstage passes that you sell, or how do you have VIP passes that you do?
It's funny that you talk about that because Zach and I were actually just talking about that today. As of now, we don't sell backstage passes. We do have these sweet little backstage badges, but we don't actually
got
sell.
it.
It's for our friends and whatnot.
I see.
And so, but as for VIP meet and greet type stuff, we don't have anything like that. as of
Yeah.
now.
So a tip for anybody listening: if you just bring a lanyard, because you can go anywhere. No one's
Just act like you know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Be confident. And
very
some guy
true.
at some show is going to be like, "Oh yeah, okay,
It's
cool."
very true.
You'd be
So
surprised, dude.
It's so
it
true.
looks like we're getting close to being round 2 for the beers because I see Zach is done, I'm done, Miles is done.
I'll finish it.
I don't need you throwing up.
Hey.
I don't need you throwing up, dude.
Come on.
But here, we'll get Miss Cruz Tompkins over here.
Thank you.
The other half of the proprietor of Tom Cruise Studios.
Yay, Tom-
Yes.
MVP. So yeah.
I remember the first time that I think we met. I think it was at Dirty Dog Bar
Okay.
down on 6th Street.
Yeah.
Real good during
And
that.
that had to be 12, 11 years ago, maybe? 10 years ago?
No, it's longer
Right
than
around
it's
there.
longer than 10. Yeah, I'm thinking 12.
Yeah. And that's right when Donnell, once again, shout out, I hope Donnell, if you're watching, I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, dude.
he had taken us under his wing. He was
Oh,
the
yes.
first guy
He sure did.
to take us under his wing, and this was back when we were completely.
Where you had a different, it was the same 3 guys here, but a different name of band, yeah.
And Donnell took us under his wing, and that's been one of the beautiful things about living in this city, Austin. We've had between guys like Donnell and the Vallejo guys who ended up producing our first record, and
Yep,
Matt
amazing group of
Nevesky
guys.
from Blue
Yep.
October.
Yep.
We've been really lucky to meet a lot of
This is
amazing
Cody.
people,
All right, here you
and
Uh-huh.
these people have,
go. Miles.
What?
Miles.
whether or not it's like the business side of music, whether
Right.
or not it's the recording side or the playing live side,
Uh-huh.
we've got this plethora. That's like a big word. Yeah,
We're okay. We're okay with a plethora of
we've
people.
got a lot of.
Cornucopia.
We had a lot of people
Stop.
to reach out to in the beginning
Uh-huh.
that really helped us out,
Yeah.
and so we're lucky to have that.
Well, so, and I want to. So I saw y'all at the 1-to-1 for the CD release party for that.
Yeah.
I
It
was
down on 5th Street.
Yeah, I was completely in the background and like not being intrusive and an ass like I've been like for every other show since then. But it was later, and I want to say it was the 1-to-1 where Dirty
That was
Dog.
for this real TV, the Find Your
That
Way
was 1-to-1, and then Dirty Dog was after that you're talking about, where
Right.
Donnell was like, "Hey, let me introduce you to these guys." He told me
Okay.
about your show, and actually, me and Donnell were at another show the evening of that CD release party 12 plus years ago, and so Donnell said, hey, come check these kids out. All right, cool. So I go to 101 see that. And then later he's like, hey, I'm having a show. And it might have been one of his birthday parties that you guys were doing Dirty Dog.
At Dirty Dog, yeah.
And that's where I really got to meet you guys and press the flesh, so to speak, shake hands with you. And yeah, it was super nice meeting you. And then afterwards, that's, as live music in Austin, where I'm taking photos of the performances and then writing reviews of the shows. It was one of those things where I saw then, I still believe it now and will continue to push it, is that these guys, they have the look, the talent, the personality that these guys are going to be that 10-year overnight success. 20. We're after 10, so we're now on the upside of hitting it.
Zane Williams nailed it with his song Overnight Success. If you've never listened to it,
oh yes,
it's called Overnight Success by Zane Williams. Listen to that song.
We had to wait till we turned 30
so
to
true.
take us seriously.
Yeah.
Speaking of turning 30, I remember seeing you at shows at Lucky Lounge, and it was all like, oh, look, who's the kid playing bass, because he had the black X's on his hand. So, in fact, you had,
Taking a shot on
was it your 18th birthday that you had at Lucky Lounge, or?
Well, I had my 21st birthday,
That's what it was, 21st birthday.
and then the bartender was like, "You've been drinking here for 6 months."
We're like, yeah, don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and wait, is Lucky Lounge still there? They're gone.
Yeah,
They're still there.
I don't know.
Right on.
Oh, they're gone? Okay, good. We're not throwing anybody under the bus by saying they're serving somebody under 21.
I could be wrong. But
I'm pretty sure they're gone,
Yeah,
too.
I
I don't
think
even know
you're
what's happened with that
That's
corner.
so sad, man. I remember I played a handful of shows there.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
I'm
there was a bunch of shows there.
So
But
let's talk
yeah.
about that,
Yeah.
man. Let's talk about how we kind of all got started. I guess.
So, yeah, how
Let's talk about
how
that.
did the three of you guys end up pouring up with Pedro?
I'm curious, like, how did everybody just pick up an instrument? What was
Oh,
the
we're going
first-
way back.
Let's go way back.
Way back time
was
machine.
born and I was like,
What was the first? Like, why did you pick up an instrument? Each of y'all, like, what was
Yeah,
the
go
first?
Miles.
What was the
Which
first?
now is it your dad?
Hey, no, I'm just curious because
Mom.
I've actually never asked y'all that.
That's a good point, dude. Yeah.
So this is
So-
a good opportunity for us.
So let's
to,
kick it off right here with
This is a good
Miles.
opportunity for us to all learn. Like, what was the inspiration behind you? picking
Where'd
up
you-
instruments?
Where'd you pick
okay,
it?
I'm a fourth generation musician at least, as far as me. But my brother started a metal band when we were kids. He said, "You need to learn guitar so you can be in our band because we need a guitar player."
Older brother.
Older brother.
Okay.
And so I was
Love
the,
that, dude.
and so I was the band bitch for about a year. And don't. So he was like,
It's on his way right now.
yeah. So they just made me do things.
How old were you?
9, 10.
Okay.
So
And you started learning to play guitar?
They just made me like cook them food and stuff, and they kicked me out of the band. And this was going on for years, and nobody had learned any instruments yet.
Yeah, the joys of a garage band.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't really play, but we'll just have fun.
Man.
So I made it my life's goal to get better at him with guitar.
And then guitar leveraged into bass.
Yeah, right. Because everybody and their brother plays guitar, and so
There's two of them right there.
So I needed to. Somebody had to play bass.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And so, okay,
Then I
so.
ended up going to college for upright bass at that point. Later.
And I've asked at shows before. I've busted your chops about that. I'm like, man, Cody Bryan has some songs where upright bass would be super sweet up there.
Yeah.
And every time it was all like, oh yeah, sure. I can't fit it in my car.
That's it. We're gonna have to get a bigger track. Yeah, if you listen to our record though, songs like "Can't Be Him" and what else? "When We Were Made," did we use an upright?
Really? Yeah.
So listen for that. "Can't Be Him," "When We Were Made." I think there's one more.
What's
that,
that one really good song on the first record?
That one.
Okay.
Oh,
That one, yes.
You're worth it.
Ah.
Was it "You're Worth It"?
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
You should know, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
You should know. Yeah.
So Zach.
Oh, well, I mean, my mom made me play piano when I was a little kid.
Okay.
Just something you make little kids do because you just push them to stuff.
Right.
So I liked it and I enjoyed it until it got too intense and I just quit. And then guitar, I think every boy and who was 12 through 14 wanted to play guitar.
Yeah.
So at least started. So that just kept going. Someone's farting right now. But
yeah, that's that noisy ass leather. It's the leather sofa farting over there.
I know. It's okay. 3 beers and a whiskey, something's gonna pop out. But yeah, but guitar left, you know, that was fun. And then I met these guys, and then fiddle when I was 28. So almost 4 years in January. So fiddle.
Yeah, but that was, but you self-taught yourself fiddle.
Well, no, I mean, I did with YouTube, and I had a teacher for a year. Her name was Tina Turner. She teaches at Straight Music.
There you go.
Her real name's Tina Turner.
There you go, right here, the camera, that one right there.
Tina Turner, thank you so much. She's still, I assume she still teaches at Straight. She's great. Thank you so much. Yeah. No, she taught me in for a straight year how to, you know, I had to relearn notation, all that kind of stuff, classical music and whatnot. But she helped me out, made it Tina Turner.
All right.
You had this connection this whole time. You never told us.
No, you've said this. I know Tina Turner.
No Ike jokes.
That's okay.
All right, Cody. So.
Well, I mean, my dad, he played, you know, in high school. He played kind of in a garage band, and he brought home a guitar one day.
Wait. What kind of? Okay.
Oh, it was covers. They would do covers.
Country
I think they might have played
rock?
No, it was more like rock stuff.
Okay.
You know, like Steppenwolf.
Yeah. Oh,
stuff
nice.
like that. So,
Magic Carpet.
Probably
yeah.
right. So probably like 60s.
Classics.
60s. Yeah, the
Yeah.
classics.
Yeah.
So and I think they did a lot of. They might have written a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad sang and played. And I think they played.
I had no
I think
idea
they might have
about
played their
Mike.
Oh yeah, so he's the one that he bought a guitar for me, and yep.
Doc, I didn't know.
He might, if he's still up right now, it's getting close to his bedtime. But
It's a Friday night. We don't know.
he
Maybe
might be
he's still
partying
up.
tonight.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So that's where you got the inspiration from.
So
His dad.
that was inspiration. He got a guitar for me and a little chord book. This was before. I mean, this was. I'm acting like I'm all old, like really old, but
It was way before the internet. It was like
before,
1980.
this is before internet. I couldn't go on,
Wait.
you know, YouTube or anything like that.
Right.
I was 7 years old at this point, and so I had a little chord book, and you know, it was real, like straight to the point. Had the basic chords, and my dad taught me how to read the chord book, and so that's how I started. But I didn't get into it probably until guitar until I was actually like in high school, probably freshman in high school.
Yeah.
And then the internet was around at that point, so you could do some searches.
Sure.
And whatnot. So yeah, that was it for me. I played. I was a little band nerd in junior high and high school.
Oh yeah, hey, cheers to the band nerds.
Cheers to
Right
band
there,
nerds,
man.
yes,
Yeah. Right.
I was in a work
I quit freshman
boy.
year.
Wait, what did you play in band again?
I quit freshman year because
Cheers to band nerds.
I was
Right here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's the
To
band
band
nerds.
nerds.
Hey.
Unfortunately, I quit.
Mark Darks all the way.
Man, I wish I would have stayed, but I quit because I was I'm better than that.
Mm.
I would have continued to play it.
Xylophone or whatever, and I was just like, I wanted to snare it, and
Yeah.
obviously I needed to learn to get to that point.
Well,
I was
yeah.
young and stupid, and I was
You made it up to
Spanish,
the
which I'm
It was good. I'm glad I did band though. Are you glad you did?
I did it for a year, so
I learned
wish
a
I
lot.
stayed
Wait,
for
you
a
took
little-
Spanish in high school?
No, I didn't take Spanish.
cheating.
Hey, you had to get that A, man.
So a year. So were you playing drums in junior high or just in your freshman year? You decided I'm gonna start.
My story was interesting because my neighbor, he was a good dude. He was a good dude.
Okay.
Yeah, easy.
No, great guy, man. We used to play like Sonic, you know, all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
That was the game, dude.
Dun,
So,
dun,
anyway,
dun, dun.
but anyway,
Yeah,
real
I can
quick,
still hear
basically, he would always, for Christmas and birthdays, he would get really cool gifts, man. And I was friends with him, so I got to enjoy his gifts as well. And one gift that he got was a drum set. I remember watching like, you know, people play drums or going to a concert or whatever with my mom, like someone playing drums, and I'm like, okay, I think I got it, or I felt it. I don't know, it's weird. Like,
Right.
I was like, I'll try it. Sure enough, one of the days I went to my neighbor's house and I got on the drum set and I got to do a, you know, very simple. But
What, Paradise City?
This is great. Right? This
I
story's
hear
awesome.
someone running up
The story's
stairs,
awesome.
And it's his mom saying like, "Oh my God, my son learned how to play the drums."
And it was you playing.
And I was like, "Hi," and she's like, "Oh wow, have you learned?" Or you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "I just figured it out."
So it really is a natural rhythm on you
It
then.
just came up on me, dude. And don't get me wrong, like I mean, we're all learning, dude. We're all growing.
Well, thank God. No, I mean,
I'm
yeah.
pretty much good at it by
I
now.
wasn't like,
Actually.
except for
No
Miles.
ego, Miles.
Yeah.
He's like, I have a stand-up bass down. I'm good.
But
So then,
Got that Latin groove, man.
where, in what order did you guys meet each other musically? I mean, you may have known each other, but
Miles, you want to tell the story?
Miles, tell the story.
What are
Let it
you
ride, man.
musically?
Yeah, well, like, I mean, because you may have, it's one of those things where you run into somebody, you know them, but then later it's like, oh, I didn't know you played, and then things, so, but how did,
So I was in my high school band, Steam Train Murphy. Was awesome. We sounded like cake. We had trumpet players and stuff. And
Metallica too.
And oh yeah, that's true.
Metallica with
forget those
trumpets?
Well, we had a song for each genre.
They did?
Yeah.
Each song was a different genre.
Yeah,
But that was
great.
those were the glory days.
Stupid.
No, still my mother's favorite band is my first band, Steam Train Murphy. No offense, guys.
Cody Bryan looking for a new bass player.
No, so that band was all seniors. I was a junior. Then they all went to college, and
And they're like,
split
fuck
up.
the
There's
kid,
nothing
he can
left.
stay
There
behind.
was nothing left but the drummer and the bass player. Me being the bass player, and two doors down, Corey, our original guitar player, and Cody, and your dad, and that crazy guy.
And he's
got the song.
by
right?
you, that's awful
And so
that he's that good.
It's crazy.
I'm
And-
sorry, bass is really easy. Come on.
And so
There's some bass player out there going, it's not easy.
Because he's
yeah, well, those 4 strings. I mean, how hard could it be? But it is. It's really hard to be a good bass player. There's, yeah. But so the hardest time I ever had letting go, telling my dad that Miles was gonna play bass for
Oh,
us.
firing
was-
your
I
own
was like,
dad.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Dude.
We've got.
It's over, Dad.
You saw Miles. He's really good, and he's like,
Yeah.
son, I completely understand. You know.
Hey,
I
well,
was 17
I
at the
completely
time.
understand.
I don't know
he
what I
loved,
was
oh, real seven. So that was like right,
I was still
because
in
I
broke my
saw you
heart,
at 18
but-
playing.
I was still in high school.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. So that was. Oh yeah, that
And
was.
then where did Zach fall into all of this? So there's here's the two
Okay.
of you, and then
so
Zach.
Miles, do you want to continue? Tell
Well,
how Zach.
I like Miles telling
Yeah,
tall
so-
tales.
Tell us the tall tale.
So we were a band. We were called Thanks for the Warning. Was the original name.
For the okay.
It was still Thanks for the Warning. And then we had Corey was a great guitar player, but he just wasn't committed. It's like I'm not a lifer, you know. When
Yeah,
it comes to
he
music.
moved away.
And so we what did we do? Did we do like Craigslist or something?
Oh well, we did do the Craigslist.
Holy shit.
And so-
We did the
but-
Craigslist thing.
But it was everything that's ever good happened to us. It happened because your dad's a
Oh, yeah,
dentist.
it's
Coming back to my dad. Yeah.
Because your dad's a dentist. And he has,
Damn.
patients who know people. So somebody knew Zach and somebody knew Zach's
Yeah.
dad or your
Right.
dad.
Doc's a cool dude. He talks.
Yeah.
And he talked to my high school buddy
Yeah.
who I play soccer with all the time.
Right.
And
Soccer, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he-
I remember
So he
this.
goes, my son's looking for a guitar player. And he gets Andy, and Andy goes, oh, I know somebody. And then eventually I answered an email because I didn't check email that often, but I finally got it and met with these guys. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was
Boom.
basically
Zach,
Okay.
he can follow the chord chart. So he's the guy.
You're like, oh, you're like, yes. Okay, now can you teach us
Miles
how to
didn't
do
have to
that?
point, so it was good.
Okay, so then there's the three of you, and then we move forward a little bit in time. And how did this guy fall into it?
We were in prison one time, and it was a very
Folsom.
Uh-huh.
True story.
Wait, how did
We were in me.
Well,
Yeah,
at least the Doc. All right,
Well, that's another.
in a way, Doc was involved. So
Yes.
Wait, Doc was involved with
No, in a
prison.
way,
It's just
because Doc worked on Matt Noveski's.
Oh,
not
okay,
name
yeah.
dropping here, but he worked on Matt's mouth. It sounds weird.
No, I didn't know it was
For the record,
It was one of Matt's friends.
his dad is a dentist. Listen.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at the smile.
Yeah.
We know that his dad was a
Did not
dentist.
come easy for you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Matt had a studio. I interned at a studio, and I actually remember the conversation we had. It was pretty funny because he goes, "So I was in a band called The Conqueror." Makes sense.
They're a good man.
They were
Yeah,
great.
they were.
Someone drop a beer. It's all right.
That was a party foul back there in the background. A
But there
beer
was a
just
party
chi-
foul.
Oh, yep.
Cheers,
Yep.
cheers.
Oh, I can't
Let it soak in.
see
Would like
Take a swig.
It's part of the process. It's all right.
But yeah,
Cheers.
So,
Anyway, so yeah, I went to school for audio production.
right?
So I wanted to get into a studio, and I was like, I need to get an internship. Sure enough, I used to work for MS Communications here in Austin.
MS, yeah.
101X, KGSR.
KLBJ, all the, yeah.
Promotions, love that crew. That was a lot of fun. We had a good time working with those dudes. But one show that Blue October's Matt Noveski,
Bass player for Blue October, yep.
he was producing a band called I Am Dynamite.
Okay.
And which there was a show at Stubbs that one of my put together for Blue October. I Am Dynamite opened up for them, and the whole time I was supposed to be working and giving out swag, and I was just like people come up like, yeah, thanks for, yeah, take sign your name. Cool, yeah, have whatever. You just get out of my face. I'm watching the show, and I watched I Am Dynamite. And I fell in love with that band. Like it's a duo.
Yeah.
Great dudes.
Right. Yeah, they're awesome.
I don't know if they're still playing. I hope they are. I Am Dynamite. Check them out. Drummer and guitar player.
Cool.
Crazy. Followed up and got to know that Matt Noveski was the producer, and I was like, cool. I knew that we had a 101X when I was working on. There was a show that Blue October was going to play. And I was like, maybe since I work with a station, I'll get to know him. Sure enough, I did. I met the dude, and he was really cool. We exchanged emails, and I grew up listening to Blue October, so I was like,
Who the hell in Texas hasn't grown up listening to Blue October? Yeah.
And I'm not from here. I grew up in Indiana. Like I went to high school in Indiana. That's a long story. We'll talk about that in a minute. But long story short, living there, I listened to Blue October. And anyways, got to meet Matt, exchange information. Long story short, he had a studio that opened up during South by.
Orb. Yeah.
It was a fantastic place. We've done our work there.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Starship
Check it out.
Enterprise of studios.
It is a
That's the
home away
best.
from home, or recording studios off in Texas. Anyways, so Matt has a studio with his partner CD, and amazing place. I end up getting an internship there, and I'm interning there, and
Okay.
getting to meet. It's kind of
All
cool
sorts of
interning,
people, yeah.
People just walk in and you're like, oh hey, you were in that album, oh hey, and
And our drummer had just quit.
So is that the story and we're sticking to it?
That's the story. We're sticking to.
Okay.
And my band.
That's it.
Love you, Casey.
Yeah, no bad feelings.
Yeah.
So my band broke up. Concord broke up. We all went our separate ways, but in a good high five way. And
So there
Matt
you're a
was-
lonely
I
drummer
was the only
looking
drummer.
for a band.
Matt was supposed to. He was about to produce. We were starting to do talk about pre-production and all that. So he's like, "Yeah, man, let's set a date for the studio." And then the band breaks up, and here I am in the studio with him, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that's too bad the band broke up. I was really looking forward to work with you guys." And he goes, "You played country before?" And I was like,
From Oak Conqueror to
"Yeah."
country.
Yeah. No, Conqueror is very much like band. What's that song that band grew like from Chicago?
Chicago.
Not band.
No,
It's from
Chicago. Stupid.
Funeral song. Funeral.
Oh, Band of Horses.
Band of Horses. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like alternative.
Not ever from Chicago.
Experimental.
Yeah, Texas country's not country. That's
Yeah. So that was a concert, and
Wide
he
range,
asked
yeah.
me if I've ever played in a country band. I said no, but I said it like this. I remember I was like, "No, I've never played in a country band," and he starts laughing, and he's like,
Got a P2.
"You should try
Oh no.
Cody Bryan Band. They need a new drummer," and I was like, Cody who? And,
Well, that's hey, look. Even the fans of Cody Bryan were like, Cody, what?
Cody who? So no, seriously, I don't know who you were. And then he pointed at the pictures on the wall, and I was like, oh yeah, I've seen pictures. Of
Yeah, see, this guy's face looks at me every time I do that.
I've cleaned.
Oh God, that's so weird. It's so close.
I know there's a poster of Cody's face in the bathroom.
That's true. As soon as you walk out of the bathroom,
It's not in the bathroom. It's
At
outside,
Orb?
at least.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's super. Yeah, super.
Slowly
We're
working
looking
its
you in
way.
the eyes.
So yeah, long story short, I sat with Matt. He said, "Hey, you need a drummer."
And
he
you
goes-
sat in
The
and
person what was cool. He's like, "Yeah, you should hit up Cody." He goes, "I'm gonna speakerphone." He's like, "You I got-
He
speakerphone.
calls me on. I don't know.
And
I didn't
it
know
was
if anyone
Matt.
had speakerphone.
Yeah.
It was Matt.
And he goes, "Yeah, man, I got this
Like-
dude. He's a tree. You should really try him out. He's really good." Blah. And I was just like for a second, I was like, "Holy crap, man! That's blood over bass player saying I am the shit." Like you know, and I'm like, "Thanks, dude. Like that's cool." And long story short, here we are. Like, wow,
Cool.
here we
Awesome,
are.
man.
Yeah.
So
That's some questions there, man.
Like,
yeah, there's
yeah.
they're stacking up, dude. We got
Is this
I like
just
this.
questions?
this is coming from no, I got internet and I've got like here in studio audience. So 10 minutes. What? No, we've got another
No, we
there's
still have
3
a
beers
No,
that have
man,
gone away.
10
and
minutes.
we're-
Yeah,
no,
we
no,
got
no,
time.
no timeline.
Okay.
All right, so
Can I keep drinking it past 3 beers and a whiskey?
I hope so.
we'll keep drinking past 3 beers and whiskey, but the rest of the world won't be able to watch that. So, okay, and this is like for me, it's a weird question to ask because I've listened to your music and I know you guys, and I know how you write, who you write with, and how the inspiration comes along. Playing with the goat. So, what's the influences, music-wise? What's influenced? Well, I'll start with you, Cody.
That's all over the board, really.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to start off, like my like I said, my dad kind of got me into music. So starting off, I'd start with the old school rock.
American Girl, the song
Well,
American Girl.
And I gotta say, I didn't write that song.
Okay.
I can't take credit for that. That was Paco Estrada, who's actually written. He wrote American Girls,
Okay.
and he wrote When We Were Made. Paco was an amazing writer from the Dallas area, so he's the one that wrote that song.
Well, you sold me on it. You sold me that it was like you
Yeah,
saying
it was all
like
me.
you believe, you know,
Oh, yes.
So my
someone's
dad,
holding a
I-
Fender
So
Strat.
I started off, playing that old school '70s rock.
Okay.
Whether it be
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama or some Bad Company, stuff like that. That
Yeah.
was what I started off on. My
So-
mom got me into the country thing.
Really?
She started getting me into Garth Brooks and George Strait.
Hey, Karen.
Hey, Mom. In the early '90s, my mom, riding in the minivan, she was listening to George Strait, Garth Brooks, stuff like that. And when I was at
Wait, in the
that
early
age,
'90s,
that was probably early '90s.
how old were you?
So
Like
I
Yeah, he was like 15.
5,
Oh,
6
okay,
years
5 to
old.
6
Yeah,
years old.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't age. But
So your mom
So-
had you listening
so-
to country.
right, and so that's kind of how I started country. But at that age, I wasn't all about the country thing. I wanted to play rock and roll.
Everybody.
So, and then Green Day and stuff came around, and so you had all the power chords and whatnot. And so through like junior high, it was all about Green Day, Weezer, bands like that, right?
Well, yeah.
I love them, man.
And then when I got into the country was in high school.
Uh-huh.
I'd go out to this thing every Wednesday night. There was a free Texas country music series that Hills Cafe. had.
Yes, right down Bill's Cafe, right down the street.
Hills Cafe,
Yeah.
Congress Avenue.
Yep.
And every Wednesday night, me and my buddies in high
Wait, I'm gonna interrupt you. Didn't you guys do a Hills Cafe on a Wednesday with a Wednesday? Uncle Lucius, yes. So,
we did.
I mean, I apologize about cutting you off, but that brings it like full. So
It was
you were
kind of a
listening to
full
that, and you were
circle
doing that
moment.
in full
Yeah.
circle, and there you
Yeah.
are standing on that stage at the back of Hills Cafe,
Absolutely.
dude.
Absolutely. So that
Yeah,
that
that's
was
pretty.
Get home, cook.
So
That was
good old
cool.
'70s rock is where it started for you.
That's where it
Mom
started.
brought you, gave you the '70s, the country soul,
Mhm.
and it took you a while to pick that up. Zach.
Exactly.
Oh, well, you know, my dad listened to, well, every morning when I went to kindergarten, it was Elvis in the morning at 7:30 on the old station. So Elvis was the start. So Elvis in the morning was the way to go. So when I was a little kid, that was Elvis. 7:30.
Okay.
So Elvis was a great start.
But Elvis was rock and country and like gospel
He did everything.
Yeah.
He did everything. So but that was just the basis, and I obviously liked Leonard Skinner too. You know, just like Cody and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So I like that southern rock kind of stuff, and then I like slide guitar, which is also southern rock. Allman Brothers.
Oh,
Derek Trucks,
yeah.
Very great. You know, that's the newest dude, but like really cool. And the fiddle stuff is just is new. So I'm still learning new good fiddle players. So it's just kind of like a new adventure.
Can we expect any slide or steel guitar from you at any time in the future? Or is that just
these guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. Maybe some,
like a dobro?
some De Niro?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because that is
I'll
some
slide on
super
the
dope.
fiddle.
Yeah, well, right.
That'd be cool. Sure.
Yeah.
Miles, where are you at with like your influences, man?
Death metal to the day I die.
Yes! Yeah! Okay, sorry.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I have
Right there.
to pee, I'll be
Thanks,
right
Miles.
back.
All right, there we go.
Short,
There's
sweet.
the seal has been broken.
Seal, yeah.
Pedro, where you at with your music? I mean, from your first band, it kind of gives a little hint of what you were into,
Well,
but
you'd be surprised. So I
surprise
grew up-
us.
So I'm originally from Venezuela, South America.
Yeah, that's what.
And I grew up. My grandma and my grandfather. My mom and I lived with them. So I grew up with my grandparents. I guess one could say. And so my grandma.
Are they still down there? Are they still around with us?
Grandpa is no longer with us.
Okay, sorry.
That's my brother. And grandma's alive. Grandma is. I talked to her actually today. She's in Italy.
Hey, look. Say hi to your grandma.
No, no.
What time would it be
No, no.
right now?
Oh,
It's
it's
probably 5 o'clock.
it's yeah, in the morning.
Definitely not.
She'll watch this on replay.
Cheers to
Cheers,
Nona.
cheers, Nona.
Nona.
There you go.
Hey.
All right. Hey,
So
Is this number 2? Is somebody keeping count for us out there?
This is 2.
This is number 3.
This is 3. This is 3.
Oh, damn it. Well,
It's
okay.
taking this time.
All right.
Okay. Damn it.
Babysitter over here.
long story short.
Yeah.
Yeah, the official beer mistress back there signals that this is the 3rd beer. So,
Should have a flag.
and are y'all
Yeah.
okay? And I'm killing you on your story but y'all are already on the whiskey, right?
Oh,
Or
yes.
is
Yeah,
that
we're-
what the
we're
hell is
sipping.
that?
I've been sipping.
Okay,
Are you gonna shoot yours?
no, I'll
That's
get a
the
whiskey.
question.
And
That's the question.
I'll get a whiskey and I'll sip it. Also, I can just sip it really quick to catch up.
All right.
So, Pedro, grandmother, grandfather.
So my grandfather, my both of them, they very joyful at home. Like they were always singing. Like my grandma would he would tell her like, oh hey, can you pass me the fork? And she would come up with a song about a fork. She's like,
Nice.
grandma, like everything. So the point is, she had old record player, and she had all the albums, and she would play from the London Symphony to the whatever she
Dude,
had.
that's
so,
awesome.
And she would blast that at the house, and so that was my upcoming, I guess, growing up with that. When I moved to the States, I was introduced.
How old were you when you
I
moved to the
moved to the
States?
United States when I was 11.
Okay.
So 11 or 10. Mom, correct me if I'm wrong. My stepdad pretty much. Tom, what's that guy?
Yeah.
You guys have met him.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom.
Yep.
He
The close guitar.
Got his guitar.
he pretty much brought me his first. It's almost like the day I met him. He had a James Taylor CD in the car,
Holy shit.
and I was
Okay.
just like, "What is this crap?" I hated it.
Sure, when you were listening to it then.
Passion. And look, back in Venezuela, it's not like I listened to symphonies all the time. I listened to 90 rock and I listened to modern music. But when I moved here, I was kind of in the same of like, oh, let's keep the 90s rock and whatever going. But no, James Taylor was always in the car. And I used to hate that crap. Until one day, growing up, my stepdad, he's a musician as well. So he had, instruments at home and everything. So he eventually bought me a drum set.
And how old were you when you got the drum
I was
set?
13, 14,
Okay,
I want to
cool.
say. Eventually, my parents bought me a drum set, and I would jam with him and my friends. But eventually, as I kept playing, I just kind of like said to myself, I'm like, all right, look, there's a reason why James Taylor is famous. There's a reason why he has so many hits. There's a reason why blah, 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 you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped and just listened. And it was life-changing, man. I fell in love with it. Like, to this day, I will jam a James Taylor album.
There you go.
Because from the musicians behind it, like a lot of the Steve Gadd is the drummer. I mean, the saxophone player is a dude from Blues Brothers, the dude with the hair. Like,
Oh yeah,
whatever that guy's name is. But
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. From
Yes.
Blues Brothers.
really,
Yeah.
there's top-notch musicians. So, long story short, I fell in love with it, and I picked it apart, and I was like, holy crap. And then my stepdad was a huge Beatles fan, and you guys saw it.
Very big
Like-
Beatles.
This guy from a big Beatles
Yeah.
fan too.
And this is coming from Miles. who's a
Yeah,
big Beatles-
exactly.
Yeah.
Very much big Beatles fan.
Right.
And nonchalant, no.
The best band ever was.
Yeah.
Right. So,
No, not the Who.
Not
The
the-
Beatles.
Oh, thanks, man.
Aha.
Yeah.
So
That's
growing
smart.
up with my stepdad, I listened to a lot of that, and I got into Beatles, and obviously growing up in Indiana, there was a lot of Blue October, to be honest with you. There really was. Like,
That's
and-
it's still
and-
coming, bringing it back
and
around
bringing
full
it back-
circle.
You're
Hey.
past fanboy, man.
Matt's sitting at home now going,
Yeah, right. And that never, you know, what's hilarious is like, I was talking to someone who interned there a long time ago. We had a conversation about like talking to Matt, and we were like, yeah, we would never like go up to Matt and like fanboy out, right? Yeah, you want to do it? All right, cool, we want to do it. Like,
and then you did.
and no, never to his face.
All right, so question that came in off of, I think this is Facebook. It might have been here in the house. I don't know. When y'all aren't on the road and y'all aren't playing or practicing, do y'all ever hang out together?
Yeah.
Yeah. We plan it though.
Okay, so it's
Like it's healthy as a band.
well. I mean, I know we've got two married guys in the house. We've got some family going on, and a couple of so. And I know I've run into you guys when you're not on the road, and so I'm at 1-to-1, and it's just a random show, and then I turn around and I'll see Miles, or I'll run into Cody, and it's like, oh wow, it's super cool to see you guys out.
Yeah.
But
I'm just happy to get a chance to see somebody else play.
some other
That's true, though. It's 100% true.
So with Texas highways, and we're jumping all around, man. I got cards coming at me left and right.
Thank you for listening
yes.
and watching. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thanks for
for Miss Canales.
Miss
when you're-
Canales.
Yeah, she's out there watching, I believe. And she, wait. I thought she would, but they're out in Shreveport.
Oh, nice.
Really? Some casino
They should
action
stay
with
there
her
1
daughter.
more week 'cause we're gonna be there.
That's
Y'all
right.
celebrated a birthday with her daughter
at
at
1-to-1
1-to-1, yeah.
Last
So
year, right?
yeah.
Hi, Nancy. Yeah.
So as
What's up,
far
y'all?
as Texas highways still being on the charts and actually in the Texas country music charts and moving up, I mean, how is that like? How do you feel about that? I mean, have you heard? So have any of you been in the car and been listening to radio and been like, "Holy shit, that's my song"?
Yeah,
Have you-
that
Couple
happened to
times.
us.
Really?
A couple times.
So how? I mean, what's that like? I
That's
mean, what's
awesome. That's so cool. I mean, like, it's always out on the road, but it's never out like when I'm
Yeah.
chilling in my car, sitting in Austin traffic. So like,
So you're waiting for that's the big moment
That's what
for
I'm
you.
waiting for.
Is that it? Is that?
Mr. Traffic
Have you heard that yet or no?
Not in here in Austin.
No. So that's going to be
Not here in Austin.
the moment is when y'all are sitting in bullshit Austin
when I'm
traffic
That'll be good.
on 35 parked.
just pulling out my
And
Right.
all of a sudden, you come on. Okay, so
Yes.
now we know. This is how we need to make it happen.
It's happened before.
Is have you heard it?
Well, not in Austin.
Oh no, that's when
Well, I mean,
you're in your hometown in your home bullshit traffic.
like
Actually-
early in the day, early back in the day, Donnell would put
101
us on
X.
101
Exactly.
Oh yeah, because he did a little
It's the 3
Yeah.
o'clock whatever.
with
Yeah.
Toby, right?
With
Toby
Toby
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah, Toby.
And it's supposed to be the 3 o'clock whatever. But
Yep.
But because the song's not a corporate syndicated song,
Thank God.
the silly higher ups are calling downstairs, calling Toby and saying, "What's this shit on the radio? It's not making us money."
And he's
small.
And he said, "Don Elser, you want to talk to him?" I was like, "Oh, it's cool."
Yeah, Big Don's in the studio. Do you want to argue with him? No, that's all right. Go ahead. It's just some small town noise.
I do remember the first time we were all together and we heard the song. We were in West Texas, and I can't remember what state. I think it was KKCN, which is in San Angelo.
Kicking country.
Yeah. And we were driving. I don't know where we were going. We had played a show the previous night.
You were going nowhere.
Exactly.
Probably going nowhere. And I remember Miles was asleep. Is that here we go, man.
All right, there you go.
Come on,
Inside joke.
Yeah. Kind of, but yeah.
Too bad.
So Miles,
Hi, Cody.
hi, and Casey, our old drummer, they were both sleeping, and I remember the song "Going Nowhere" came on, and they were both passed out. Like, oh, wait, there's a little lick that starts dun 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 dun, and I was like, wait, oh my God, this is
us.
And they're sleeping. I'm like, do I wake them up? I'm like,
Yes.
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 guys, our song's on.
Yes, of course we
Freaked
do.
out.
Yes.
Freaked out. I think I got it on video somewhere. I'd have to dig.
I think that may be on the
got
Facebook.
I got
And then I was like, "Cool, man,"
Sure.
and go back to sleep.
I got to be at work tomorrow after we get
Yeah,
back from the road.
Yeah, so it's really cool hearing your song, but have not heard it on and off.
Not in Austin.
No.
Well,
I know
Yeah.
people
Coke-
have. Coke FM's
Coke.
Yeah.
Coke FM, there you go.
Commercials in Coke.
They have.
Yeah,
They're
that's
throwing us out there.
and that's really where I'll leave it at all the time. And a lot of the times for me, leaving it on Coke FM,
Yeah.
going to work in the morning, or more importantly, coming home in the afternoon, is all like I'm having a Coke FM going. This is Cody Bryan. Come on, goddamn. This is Cody Bryan.
radio station.
Yeah, but I mean, at least they play all of the Texas country and all of the good stuff. So I know, eventually I'm gonna hear it, and then I'm gonna have to pull out my phone in traffic and get a ticket while I'm trying
Exactly.
record the radio while it's playing. You guys.
Reimburse you.
Well, yeah.
Double
We would
discount.
totally reimburse you for that ticket.
So and this is moving to a country song, country question, or stereotypical country. Boots. Does everybody have? Now I can't imagine you wearing boots playing drums.
Right,
Do you even own a pair of boots?
I want a pair. I don't own a pair of boots. I've been wanting a pair of boots since I was.
So it sounds like there's a promo and an opportunity for some boot manufacturer out there.
You're natively from Venezuela, so you're not required to have.
No.
Is he required to have
So,
shoes?
The city where I'm from in Venezuela is West Texas. It's literally like it's oil and trucks and guns and cattle and oil and.
I'm sorry.
I was.
No.
Probably.
So Cody, you were flashing us the bottom of your feet. What? I mean, I know you wear them. Is there?
I got some to come and
Those
see.
are some really nice.
Oh
Those are nice.
shit! Zach, I've seen
these are 3
No,
years old.
I have boots, but I need them resold.
Yeah,
But
I
these are nice.
got these resold. They did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
So I wore them out. These things, the shoe hospital.
Yeah,
the
the Shoe Hospital in
They did a
Austin.
great job.
Yep.
Zach,
Um,
Well, I need to get my
I've already
boots
gone
to
through a couple, but yeah, they're
and Zach,
Was it reasonable? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
you got some boots?
I do have some boots, but they need to be resold at the shoe hospital.
I've seen.
My
Man,
left
that's,
heel is going down this way. I need to be flattened this way.
so
It's
you know.
messing with my alignment.
We're
My hips
we're
are-
if we mention Shoe Hospital one more time, we're like $500 into
No,
advertising.
like let's say you're in Austin and you need a shoe fixed at the shoe hospital.
The gas
That's where you
pipe.
go.
The gas.
No,
like-
The shoe hospital.
That would be the wrong kind of fix on the
There is
shoe.
nothing worse. And one of the things that really inspired me to get these things resold was I go to the bathroom.
Oh no,
And
no,
of
no, no!
It's a late night.
No.
Guys,
Yeah,
the
no.
floors aren't the cleanest floors. You go to the bathroom with a hole in your
Oh
soul.
no.
Yeah, no.
Hole in my soul sometimes.
And Miles, do you even?
So that was an inspiration for me.
I'm currently in.
Miles, do you have
Insane.
boots, Miles?
do you even? I mean,
Miles?
do you have?
Are you gonna let me answer the question?
Oh damn! Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Getting
I'm
snappy.
currently in between boots. Again. Okay, let's just leave it at that.
Did,
But
the
my,
last
old,
pair,
my oldest sister did get mad at
did
me.
the last pair betray you?
Yeah,
More
they
like
betrayed him,
abandoned.
alright.
Oh, they abandoned you. Damn.
Well, one of
You
them.
found him in somebody else's
No,
car.
I lost one of them.
He lost
Oh.
it in the tree.
So I currently I still have boot. I have boot.
Boots.
Do you still have that one boot?
Well, then that
Did
would
you
go
say
good
you
with the
have-
store.
Yeah, I still have the boot. Yeah.
So,
it's not
yeah,
gonna throw it
okay.
away. It's a nice boot.
Well, we're Zach has killed us on the third beer.
Oh wow.
Um,
Let's go.
I'm about to
You haven't
meet
finished
him
your
up on it, and we
Why
got.
not?
Well,
That
you
guy's
know.
the finish his whiskey.
Oh, but you got a whole beer to go. So we're coming down to the last couple of questions and the finalizing this interview here. So
Wait, did I get the job?
you weren't wearing a tuxedo
Yeah.
with your twin brother, your stepbrother.
Oh, Jonathan, he's so much
Yeah.
more successful.
So I know you said you're working on stuff coming up, and new stuff y'all been rehearsing.
That's right.
Oh, Miles has got that. Oh, this sounds like this is going in a direction. Yeah.
I'm so ready to answer this question.
Come on, Miles. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Miles. Go ahead.
All right. So what he was gonna ask was, the band's going in this direction, right? And so we're just gonna maintain that trajectory. Yeah. And like see what happens.
You want to go
Yeah.
sit over there?
Yeah.
And the platypus will be entering the arena. What?
Why? Right? Exactly. It's like,
And
why does the platypus a thing?
There's a whole group of people sitting over here that are like, what
What the?
the fuck?
I'm with them. 'Cause I don't-
No, that's because you haven't finished your third beer yet. And this
Yeah,
is
exactly.
this is exactly
Number two.
the point. No, that is not. That's your third beer.
No, this is my second beer.
That's your third. Hey,
Thank you.
that's
Yeah.
Pedro. Is that Pedro's third beer?
Trust
Pedro's
the
third beer.
TV.
Thank you. Director.
Oh, Pedro. So we gotta kill these.
I
And
finished my whiskey.
Alright, so it's only gonna last 3 beers and a whiskey because any further than that, it's just gonna go.
it just we're getting pretty close to going in that direction. And there's no hey. So
Going nowhere?
We'll get there on time.
I promise we weren't pre-gaming before we started the interview.
Oh,
Never.
Not at all.
Professional. To the
Never.
T.
So, Zach is like ready for this to
Well, no,
go
I
to
just
the
need to use
next
the
level.
bathroom, but I can come
Ah,
back.
Yeah.
well, no, go ahead. You know, there's a bathroom over there.
There's no awkward way to do this.
But no, Miles stuck his ass in the
Miles
camera when
did,
he walked
yes.
away. So,
Yeah. He pulled it off.
Mine's not much nicer than his.
so you're much nicer than that.
No, actually, honestly, people can tell the difference between me and Zach.
No,
You wait for Zach.
they're telling that. Yeah. No, his wife would be very happy to hear
I
that.
know, that's funny because that happened.
That's
No.
You joke.
That did happen.
Do y'all?
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I know Zach stepped away for a minute. We're on the bottom side of the whiskey, and we're on the end of the third beer. Well, except for Pedro. Is there? And this is a tough question for. I know this is going to be a tough question because you're like throwing somebody under the bus or not. But is there a band out on the road
Technically under the van. 'Cause we're
under
in
the van
Yeah.
with the trailer?
With the trailer.
That you
Almost
guys
had
have really enjoyed touring with? Have you been on tour with a particular band, or is it just you go play a show and you're with somebody?
We haven't been on.
Usually one shot.
We haven't been
It's
on
one
a
shots, okay.
full-on tour.
Well, why not?
I know.
Oh, well,
Hey,
It's a weird thing.
y'all need to make this happen. Get them on a full
So,
tour.
tag along with bands though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's some of your songs are epic as far as talking about like what you've been doing.
I consider
Corpus
it
Christi, Heartbreaker.
For sure. So we're about to get on the road. It's like Eli Young Band coming up here. We're going all the way to like New Jersey.
Tomorrow
and-
we're going
Wait, does Kale still play with Eli Young?
Yeah.
So Kale.
Kel still plays guitar.
So
Oh, yeah.
is that gonna?
Yeah.
So
we were hanging out
to me,
like-
that's
yeah.
that's like
For the record, you should get Kel in the 45.
Kel on the 45.
Kale in the 40.
Oh,
All right,
so
hold on,
good.
hold on, wait,
Good
hold
grief,
on.
man.
Let me get it right here. Come on, get it.
Right here, right here.
They're fantastic.
Kale and the 45s, you've been called out, dude. You're doing 3 beers and a whiskey.
Let's
Let's go,
go,
baby.
Point,
Yes.
every Tuesday.
It is true.
So,
But they
oh,
should be
shit.
3 beers.
Hey, hold on.
Zach's
This
got the
is-
questions.
This has been turned around.
Yes.
Really
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No, a lot of those
All right.
are okay. Well,
It's all good. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
This is live, right?
Oh yeah.
We're still live.
Right? Let's extend this for longer, right?
Well,
yeah.
we're only 2 beers in on Pedro, so he's killing us.
Unacceptable!
What?
Your lovely wife brings me a third one.
There's the 3rd beer. Okay.
Oh wow, that beer.
Disgusting.
Wait. Although I can't bitch too much because my
Sorry, how much whiskey have you had? Thank you.
One.
I can finish my whiskey.
got my whiskey over there. So,
One whiskey.
so I've got. All right, Zach. So what kind of question do you have for?
Are we really trying
Hey,
to-
I'm not a host here. All right. Well, Will, when did you decide to do this kind of podcast, live streaming thing?
All right. So
Put you on the spot.
Tom Cruise Studios, which is myself with my beautiful wife Marissa Cruz. Hey, and we put this together as the parent for live music in Austin, which is how I met you guys.
Of course.
Tom, you get it?
Tompkins.
Yeah, Tompkins, Cruise, Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking.
Live music in Austin, which is how I ran into you guys, was taking photos of the live shows, writing reviews about it.
Right.
And then here, we built a deck out back in Tom Cruise Studios. And the deck it's a deck, but it was made to have bands sit out there, perform, and just have live performances. So one of my great friends who's sitting over there watching the live stream, Felicia Rangel, and she is part of the Rangel cast. Great band, they're fun,
Nice.
they're amazing. She's got a great voice. I
Awesome.
can't wait till she sings with y'all on one of your albums.
Cool. Awesome.
But we're all sitting out back. I don't know what day of the week it was or what night it was. We're having drinks and a guitar comes out and she starts playing and we're sitting around drinking beer and all of a sudden it just was like, oh yeah, this would be great, just to have a show talking about people hanging out, drinking beer and just having a conversation and 3 beers and a whiskey just popped up out of that.
Nice.
It's literally just, and you put a gun in my head, I don't know how it was specifically 3 beers and whiskey, but it was,
Well, that's a perfect amount of.
That's, yeah.
For a
I guess
Yeah.
we could all attest to, 3 beers and a whiskey is,
The majority of people.
At that point, anything past that, you're sloshed.
yeah, well, then that's without pre-gaming.
Here we go.
For the record.
All right.
Zach
so
just
I'm
got a
gonna
question.
take it. Here we go. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Well-
Coming in hot,
Yeah,
ladies and
go
gentlemen.
ahead.
Oh,
Here we go.
shit.
What did your answer?
Straight out of the crowd or off with the
It's legit.
If my English is correct, fans want a song. Double exclamation point. So we would want a live
Wait,
song,
you
as
want us
in
to-
play a
Well,
song
you-
live.
This is
Do
really
we have any beans?
I brought you coffee.
Oh, shit!
Oh, you did.
Oh, I hear a guitar back there.
Wait,
It's
they want us
a
to
guitar.
write a song?
I can't play
It's a
guitar.
Corey Morrow guitar.
They want us to write a song right now.
Oh, check that
You can't
out.
be writing a song right now, dude.
Want a
we-
song.
Can we play the Corey Morrow guitar?
Can you? I don't know. Can you play Corey Morrow?
Well, let's at mention
Corey
Corey.
would enjoy you playing
Well,
Corey
yeah,
Morrow.
Morrow's
Corey
a pretty
Morrow
cool dude.
allow that.
Have you ever played with Corey
We
Morrow?
play shows
Yes.
with Corey Morrow.
Yeah.
Well, there you
Oh,
go.
absolutely.
Corey.
Yeah.
One of the
Corey?
nicest dudes in
Yeah.
Texas country
You down with
music.
that?
Let's do it.
All right. So
He never said yes. For the record.
he never
Yes,
says
he
yes.
is.
Saying
No, he's
nobody.
like- no, he's watching.
It's a big deal.
Oh,
You gotta
screw
get
that.
consent first.
But get his consent.
He
Look-
is definitely watching right now.
All right.
Let's play a song.
All right.
Let's sing
Yeah.
a song.
Do it.
Okay.
So
Wait,
Well,
wait,
this will be
hell out of
live
the way.
area.
wait, the warning song.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Be sure. No.
I don't know, man. It's been a while.
Should we play? Wait, I guess we have to play right here.
Yeah.
As opposed to what out back? No, we don't want to piss off the neighbor too bad.
I know.
All right. I'm out. Thank y'all. So, hey, everybody watching.
You gotta tune
3
that
beers and a
song.
whiskey. We are at beer number 3. Everybody else has killed 3 beers. The whiskeys are pretty much.
Just take her too much fun. Can I go get it?
Come on, please go get the shaker out of your car.